Namaste, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things you should know about this very powerful, potent spring ascension energy that I can imagine you're already feeling at this moment. Before I get into that, I just want to real quickly just say what up to all my new subscribers. It's a pleasure to have you here. If it's the first time checking out my videos, nice to have you here. As a gift, I have a free meditation, something I made myself, that is designed for people who are going through this awakening and ascension process. It'll help you relax and let go and come into alignment. Again, it's free. It's in the description box below. You can check it out if you'd like. And right now, I'll go ahead and get into the video. Number 1 is you may be experiencing what I'll call an ascension symptoms spike. Because we're in like a very highly charged, expansive energy, it can cause some of the unusual physical symptoms, like ringing. A lot of people are reaching out to me with ringing in their ears, the sleepless nights, the random, getting sick for no reason, feeling the burnout, the fatigue, the mental sluggishness, the mental fog, the anxiety. All also just like perceiving energies and some of the symptoms you don't really talk about with friends because they'll think you're nuts. That kind of stuff is really ramping up right now just due to all the energy. So if you're feeling that, the way I look at it is I truly, in fact, someone on my Awakening Together membership group just brought up, hey, is anyone feeling these symptoms more? And I explained to them that, listen, I am, yes, but I get excited. I truly have come to associate those symptoms that many people freak out about, myself included in the past. I associate that with expansiveness, with spiritual progress, with forward movement, it spells good news for the collective. This energy is disorienting as it can be. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for the collective of humanity. We need to expand outside of our current selves so that we can live a different way and have a better life. So when I have the symptoms, I say, oh good, I'm expanding, and I truly get excited. I have no fear about them, and I know they represent goodness all around. Number 2 is, I will say, rising up, expanding into another octave. This is like a geometric expansion of consciousness we are experiencing, and it takes a constant. There's a constant requirement of adapting to the new paradigm, to the new level of awareness that you have. And sometimes you go through an expansion and maybe something that you've been doing the whole time that's worked perfectly for you becomes kind of like obsolete. It just stops working. It has no more relevance in your new, even though it's just 3 days ago, state of awareness. So it can be kind of surprising. What I've learned to do is recognize these periods by some of the symptoms I just mentioned and just be really, really flexible and fluid and allow what's coming up naturally to be the primary influence in what I do. So an example for me, for a long time, up until now, I've been talking about the spiritual awakening on my YouTube channel. A lot of people like my channel because I really get into like how some of the challenges that emerge that a lot of other people don't talk about, and it's like getting people through the challenges. Now I'm feeling myself really like super charged up to start sharing some other types of information rather than help people suck it up and weather the storm. It's how can I help them master themselves, use the awakening to really expand their consciousness in a very profound way. And so I feel psyched up to share about not more advanced things, but more just different things that are more representative of helping people attain mastery rather than just like survive the awakening. But that's a huge paradigm shift for me. There's been a theme in my vocation, my career, my passion for quite a while now. Now it's expanded. Other YouTubers I connect with are feeling that too. People who are sharing, they're finding that they're feeling guided and excited to do it in a slightly different way. And the way I do my energy reports, I'll just be honest, I kind of pay attention to what I'm experiencing and I share them. So I ask you, is this happening in your life? Is something that you've been doing a certain way becoming like where it's not working, it's not producing the same result, and maybe you have an excitement or an intuition to do it in a different way, but it's so foreign that maybe you're like apprehensive? If that's the case, my friend, I say embrace the new. Constantly embrace the new and become very quick to move on, change direction, shift gears, and adapt, because it is always changing and expanding. Number 3, I wrote down more like a word of the wise in types of acceleration. It can be helpful to know that you can rely upon persistence. I wrote down persistence is key. A lot of people earlier in their awakening are given, it's easier for them. It's like laid out. They're told through direct intuition what to do, and you just follow along. And then it starts to kind of fade away, and you're left with yourself, almost like things have gotten back to normal and it all went away. It didn't. All that was real, all that was relevant, and all that did expand you to the point of empowerment. And at this point of empowerment, it's not so much about what's next. It's what do I want to create? What do I want to be next? And I'll try it. But we're in this dense, mucked up earth realm. So a lot of times when you try something, even though it's your intentions and your excitement, your joy, the right path at all, it can, no, that didn't work. And a lot of people, they'll fall back and say, well, I'll just wait. I'll wait for more guidance, more clarity. I'll wait till I feel better. And they end up waiting a very long time, noticing that no one's coming to the rescue anymore. But what's nice about this is you don't have to wait. There is no one coming maybe, but you can move forward with a little bit of persistence. Because as you move forward towards a higher version of yourself, which is basically what's happening anytime you go in the direction of your joy and excitement and what you feel is next for you, you have the opportunity of clearing resistance. There's resistance, whether it's emotional baggage, feelings of just doubt, etc. And they come up to the surface and temporarily manifest as things not working out initially. And I'll give an example. In the past, when I first started my YouTube channel, I would wait for those magic moments when I was on fire and connected, and I would shoot a bunch of videos in that flow state. But that was few and far between. That was not to be relied upon. Now what I do is I know that just because I try to shoot a video and it doesn't go well the first time, I can try again and again and again and again and again, and then finally I get it. So what I've learned is that when you're at that place of empowerment, a lot of people are now, that you can still have dominion over what you want to create in your life just by using a little bit of elbow grease and persistence. It goes a long way. This next one I wrote, your intuition is through the roof. I'm hearing all sorts of crazy stories from people just with no longer the vague, subtle intuition where they have feelings about certain things that somewhat turn out to be slightly the case. No, it's we're getting really like psychic now, really expanded, and your intuition might be going nuts. I'll give an example. It's one guy I've been working with for a long time. He told me that the other day there was a horrible accident in Canada, this bus crash with these hockey players. And he just heard it come on the news, didn't hear anything about it prior, and he knew exactly how many people died and how many people, when it's all said and done, will have ended up dead. I know it's kind of a strange kind of tangent thing. That's what he told me though. And this is someone I've been working with, and he's not one that's at all quick to just buy into the whole new age hoopla. He's very practical and intelligent, and it's like for him to say that, you could tell it kind of surprised him. But he said, yeah, man, it turned out, it blew his wife's mind. It was correct. And I'm hearing stories like that constantly of people saying, like, just getting these very specific types of, like, it's like intuition on another level. And what's exciting about that is if you can look back and notice the trend, it's just going to continue quickly in that direction. And imagine you 5 years from now, where your intuition will be. Imagine the possibilities. They're limitless. We are limitless, and we're starting to finally realize that. And this heightened intuition, if you use it wisely, it can help transform your life in truly profound ways. And lastly, exploding forward into the new. Mercury has finally gone direct. Not that I'm too much savvy with astrology, but there usually is a correlation, at least in my life, when Mercury goes retrograde. It's all about inner work and redoing certain things, existing things in my life. But then when it goes direct, it's like boom! The game is on and you are moving and accelerating big time. And it's fun. It's exciting. It's expansive. There's a lot of joy. And it's just fun to experience new things. And you might just find that you're intrigued by new ideas, new pursuits, new projects. And if you're going for them, if you can be persistent, as I mentioned, and rely upon your intuition as well as your own intellect, then you will have a lot of success and energetic support as you go forth and pursue these new things, even if you run into the inner blocks along the way. That's an opportunity as well. I was speaking to someone earlier who was talking about how like his life was much easier before the awakening. And now it's like, God, he's going, oh, this challenge. I'm like, well, listen, man. And he said the challenges are raising a lot of self-worth issues, a lot of self-doubt. It's a very uncomfortable thing sometimes. But I explained to him, like, these circumstances are a beautiful opportunity to get rid of something that's always been there so that you can embody a much deeper level of what your perception of satisfaction used to be. It's going to expand and deepen. Intuition, persistence, going towards what your heart wants is going to change your life in an unbelievable way, I promise you. And it is the time to do that. It's the time for action. It's the time to go and get it done. The wind is at your back now. It's up to you. Okay? Anyways, my friends, that is my message. I hope you got something positive out of it. As always, I thank you so much for your support and your viewership and your love and your kindness and your likes and your shares and your comments. It's beautiful, and I feel so blessed every single time I sit in front of this camera knowing that you're all these nice people are gonna check out my videos. So thank you. I wish you all nothing but the best on your path. I am always here for you. Namaste.